Alright. What's up, everybody? Let's just finish this thing today. Little Monday Madness. And this re-entry Monday is always kind of bananas. But we're doing a little bit more of the same. We're going to finish this Wolverine piece. Let's do it. I am going to tape his claws. And we're going to paint most of the suit and the bottom part of this piece here. So let me move this over. And let me just say welcome and welcome back. Welcome and welcome back. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. And thank you for hanging out. Listen, can I just say something real quick? Instead of something. This wet palette is the same one from Friday. Closed it Friday, 5 o'clock. I took a peek just to make sure throughout the weekend, and look at how moist and wet. I did not spray anything or add anything else. I just sealed it, and this thing is great. I already see some dry spots, but that's okay. So we're going to see how far we can go with this. This will probably be the end of this palette today. Just because, I don't know. But anyway, success so far. So let's keep going. So yeah. Tape. Say what's up to me as you arrive. I'm going to be taping. Thank you for being here. Let's go. What is up, Jay Near in the house? What's up, man? It's hard to say happy Monday. I don't know if people say that, but you know what, man? I'm alive. We alive. We breathing. Happy Monday, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm just taping up where the claws would be. Hope you had a nice weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. All right. I'm just adding a little taper on these claws so they can be thicker on the end. That's what she said. I really don't understand kind of like the design of Wolverine's claws, but who cares? They look cool. Let's get it. All right, last one. I'm going to be working on the bottom part of this painting. I think the face is pretty good right now. That's a good base. I gotta add some flesh tone here for the chin because it looks too out of place. And just that's what we're gonna be doing for the next couple of sessions here. All right. But yeah. So, I'm just gonna plug it along. Little busy ant. If you got any questions, you got anything you want to say what's up. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Just trying to make sure that everything's where it's supposed to be, where you guys can see it, and we're off. So his suit is white. He wears a white suit, so you don't want to just put white. You could if you want to, but you want to add some variety, some folds. So the folds are going to be, the shadowy is going to be a little bit of gray to blue-ish. I'm going to try not to add any new colors here, but I'm going to be using these tones in the bottom for my blue, for my shades. Going to use that bit of beige, which is a nice accent to have without me having to. I'm trying to show it on both screens, so and it's not working. Anyway, that color right there is gonna be it. All right, enough yapping. Enough yapping. Today, I think is gonna be a pretty long stream. I'm gonna try. Because I am going to be adjusting my schedule, my stream and my activity schedule a bit. I am going to be, now I'm going to be doing streams like this, live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All I did was mix a little bit more of the burnt sienna with the white. I am absolutely amazed at how pigmented and moist these colors are. I'm trying not to add any more color from any more water. I want to keep I don't want to keep introducing any type of moisture. That way my paints aren't so diluted and watery. Not mean. So that's what I'm going for. Playing with the hair on his face. Again, I'm just using some warm and cool colors to play off of each other. Emphasizing on so they can play off each other. That's what I meant to say, what I'm trying to say. The blues will, the coolness of the blues will enhance the warmness of the beige. And I'm going to mix them right there on the artboard. The I don't know what this is called. Is it a canvas board? Is it an art board? What do you guys call it? All right, I'm going to close that. Aiden, howdy. How are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm just moving stuff over, excuse me, to make sure I can see all the chats and all the activity. The palette is so wet still that I'm having to try to dry it. I don't want to use too much water on my paints. That's black. Let's go with the blues here. I'm going to be using a lot of light blues and stuff to give the impression of shadows. That's how you want to emphasize white. because white is weird color. You wouldn't think white casts a shadow, right? So we trick the eye by using blues and grays and greens and even some beige as reflective light. Stuff like that. I get asked when I'm doing these type of demonstrations about color theories and things like that, and I unfortunately don't really have an answer to give. I can't say that I really studied color theory. A lot of the stuff that I've learned is just from watching other artists do what they do and trying to put it into my artwork. Now, if they studied color theory, then all I can say is thank you to them. I'm going to add some more water. Excuse me, some white. There will be some white because I'm going to assume. All right. So as for the color here, because a lot of this is imaginary, you have to get something that's real. So look at Pinterest, look at Google, look at fashion magazines, and look at beige jackets or whatever color. I'm using beige or the jacket just so that to continue this thought. But even when it comes to faces, I had a tendency to only use the tonal scale of a single color, which is kind of like what you see here. The tonal scale here is very warm. It's just, look at it. Burnt sienna, vermilion, yellow. That's it. Now, skin tones, realistic skin tones, rarely are going to maintain that. Yes, they'll have it. I mean, I have some of those in a lighter scale, more beige. I got some greens in there from my veins, some pink on my nails from just whatever the heck. But when we paint, the novice or the new artist will only paint in the scale of beige, in the scale of light brown, or in the scale of whatever scale you're looking for. I challenge you guys to add a green to your flesh tones, add some red, add some blues, and you'll begin to notice some realistic tendencies in your pieces. I think. You know, refractive lights and tones. Some of his face is going to be reflected on his jacket on his face. You know, if there's light coming from the left, our left, his right, it's going to bounce off his face, it's going to bounce off his lapel, it's going to go back onto his cheek, which I'm going to be adding. I'm not thinking of color theory when I'm planning those things out. I'm looking at other images, I'm looking at myself. Anything I can. And then you have to mentally keep in mind, oh, what was it that I had in shadow? I have a bit of experience on it because I used to do a lot of charcoal. And charcoal is just one tone, all gray. Anyway. That's all I'm saying. Try out different things. I need to lift this because I don't want to paint my table. And it's kind of easy. I'm in the same tonal range anyway. Blues background. And what's great about painting and doing this stuff is that you can make it up too. Who cares? Maybe that's what today's gonna be about. Who cares? I'm reading I'm reading up. Sorry, one sec. How do you misplace something that you always using? I just need some more. You always need more white when it comes to gouache. I should just probably put this in a separate sheet. If you guys are familiar with Patch and any of the characters that he interacts with, one of the main characters in Madripoor is a female club owner, and I guess I wouldn't call her a warlord, but a gangster by the name of Tiger. She runs the Princess Bar, and I'm now reading how she came about, the origins of her character. It's kind of fun. I've never read it, so I'm enjoying that spin. I'm being rough with the application of my paints because I want that to reflect on the jacket. And I'm trying to get rid of all of these pencil lines. I'm mixing various hues of cream or beige, using a light brown, and then adding yellows and reds, keep it warm. And it adds variety, which is all I'm looking for, variety. And mix and match. All right, that's enough yapping. That's enough yapping from me. I'm just gonna get working. But if you guys do jump on, let me know how your weekend was. If you did anything, if you did nothing, I commend you if you did nothing. I've been still watching landscape artists of the year, and you might be like, well, what does that have to do with this? Well, I am just amazed by their decision making when it comes to brush strokes. The organic, the way they bend and twist their brushes, and I'm envious by the brush twist. So I think that's what adds so much life and variety to their landscapes. I'm seeing if I can steal some of that, implement it into my own artwork and design. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Unless I move this camera back. I gotta leave myself some midtones so that I can add highlights to the jacket. Jacket. Gray is there. I like that. I like it. So far, so good. Let me see if I can shrink these shots. You gotta forgive me. It's just so much. I don't have that much space. And, well, maybe if I lift this. Give me 1 second. Let me help you guys out. There. I think you guys can see the whole thing. What is the British one? You're saying if this is the Wolverine that's British? Was he British? He was never British. He was never British. Was he? This is the international man of mystery that is Wolverine. Alright, let's get to the blues here. Blues and grays. I'm going to see if I can transition a bit here. Oh, I know what you mean. British one, yes. The it's Monday. I'm catching up to you, Jay Neer. Yes, the Landscape Artist of the Year episodes are the BBC version. I'm watching them on Amazon. Sorry, man. Have you seen? Do you watch any of those? Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. I kind of. I understood what you were saying a little bit too late. I'm just gonna go ahead and then I'll just tweak all of this after. Wet my brush and grab some beige and white. Yeah, that show is amazing. I started watching the portrait artists, which I'm gonna do more portraits. Period. So you thought that watching them would be helpful, and has been. And then someone, I believe I thought at first it was my friend Ike, but it turned out that it was Liad, another painter by the name of by the name of Liad, that recommended it. I want to get like a fold here. Yeah, that, see how much, because of all the color, even just for something that's supposed to be a white jacket, it just changes everything. Let me see. My camera adjusted right back to where it was. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust everything. Whew, it's getting warm now. Yeah, they're both very good shows, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot watching them. I learned that not just technique, but how sensitive artists are, how unsure so many of us are. And how proud. It's amazing. The human condition is amazing. That's all I'm going to say. All right. But I've learned a lot from watching those shows, not just from the shows, but from I learned technique. I've learned from watching just technique and just different disciplines. Surprised to learn, and not a lot of gouache, as they said in the show. Not a lot of gouache artists. Some use it just as a base, but no, rarely, maybe one out of all the shows I've seen do they use it as the predominant medium. Considering how dry, how quickly it dries, I'm surprised with the time limit that they get. But anyway, not for everyone, of course. I don't want to get too tight with any of the detail down here, so I'm just adding lines and then kind of like blurring them out by over painting over them. Except this is going to be dark, so let's get it. But I have to pace myself. Been watching so many of them. I might rewatch some. shall see. There's a lot of light in my room, so. Janier says that you've been drawing since you can remember. How about me? Yes, I. It's all I remember. And my mom, now that I've been kind of like going bananas with the artwork, she kind of like begins to start telling me stories about how that's all she remembers. Just me just sitting somewhere in front of whomever and basically ignoring the world around me to paint, to draw, most likely. But I remember a little later of taking it so serious. Someone asked me before, and I think I gave them my guesstimate of easily over 30 years. If we were to guess, right? Because we all draw and we all paint when we're young kiddos. That's hair, that's his job. So. El Barbero, what's up, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. Barbero says, me and my son watching. Salud. Wow, man, appreciate you, man. The little ones. I'm assuming they're little, but you boys are huge movies. Well, thanks for showing them, man. I appreciate that. It's interesting, man, how much. I don't think a lot of people want to give Bryan Singer credit just because he turned out to be kind of a creep. How his movies really did put Wolverine on the map. And fans would probably say, no, it didn't. He was a fan. We was a fan. Yeah, but not like that. He was cool in the 90s. It was weird and very more for the adult comic book reader when he was created, I think, considering how it was that Frank Miller and Chris Claremont was setting him up. But unfortunately, Singer kind of like brought him forward. I put this tape here, now I can't really see. What I did with his jacket. I think the jacket's right here. I lost my lines on the jacket. And it just, I don't want it to look like a mingled mess, so alright. The tape was supposed to help me with the claws, but it made me lose where I put my jacket. Yeah, like fans, I think, are always going to say, oh, we knew he was cool. But mid-'80s, and then I think more in the 80s, they put a Wolverine in everything. They really did try to force him in a lot of things. I think that if they would have just kept what Barry did for Weapon X, which is an amazing storyline and book, psychologically, what they do to Wolverine and to that character, come on, man. This was before they gave him the bone claws and everything. That their claws were just, Anyway, if you don't get it, if you haven't done so, check out Weapon X by Barry Windsor Smith. And I know that, I think Jim Rugg doing a retrospective on it, I guess. I can't remember. Something. He's doing something. All right. I'm going to have to let this dry and start working a little bit more here. I'm going to have to use a smaller brush. Maybe. I'm sorry if I get quiet. I can like start concentrating. And the world goes dark. The world goes dark a bit. Do. I just don't want to overpower this shade. That shade, because I like that gray. I can't express how amazed I am by this wet palette. The wet palette, this thing that I've been using for this piece, for this painting, has allowed my colors to remain vibrant because I'm not constantly adding moisture or water to my paints to reactivate them. My room is very dry. Alright, so that's going to be the shadows. So, not having to constantly re-wet and reactivate my colors has been amazing to the process. My colors remain vibrant. Like his face is so vibrant. You would think I've spent so much time. I spent a couple hours on it, of course, but yeah, man, I really am quite amazed by it. Quite amazed. I'm happy I listened to myself and got it. I don't want to use black pure, so I'm going to use some blue here. Start developing some dark. There's his chest. Got to give him space for the chest hair. I'm gonna have to get this shadow in here again. Very near, how are you? Good to see you. Smoking. Yeah, Wolfie stays tight, bro. There's a lot of glare going on here, so I apologize if you guys can't see all of the tonal ranges that are happening here. Showing a little pecho, as we say. Wolverine getting a little, how you doing? For the ladies. That is awesome, Vernier. Congratulations. Keep going, man. That's all you can do. You get momentum. I think that's awesome. Congratulations. What's the goal, bud? What is it that you're trying to reach? Say it out loud so the good Lord can hear you. There's too much glare, you guys can't see, but let me see if I can move this up a bit. Just adding tones to his chest. And then later we're going to be adding all the chest hair you can handle. Very near. You should be able to find me under Mello Marrero. You know what? I'll put it here. Even though I'm always trying to keep things unified, and it doesn't always work out. What a damn shame. I wasn't recording. I wanted to. I was trying to record this video, this painting, separately so that I can do a a long video. And guess what? I forgot to hit record, which sucks hardcore. That's okay. It is what it is. But that's disappointing. Trying to remove some of these light gaps and mix in some of this hair. That's going to be black in there anyway, so. But because it goes over, I don't know why Wolverine can't get a freaking shave. There's no goal. I just like to share your doodles. You like to share your doodles and artwork with people. That's awesome. That's awesome, though. But yeah, man, congrats. It's cool to. It feels really good to start seeing that appreciation from people. But I have to tell you, please, don't. I'm trying to be careful what I say here because I just want you to keep in mind that just because there are people that are subscribing and liking your stuff, that it's not, they don't, how can I put it? All right. I just want you to let you know that your art and your creativity and the stuff that you have done still exists without them. Okay? I know for a fact that is not validation. So the good thing is that you're not doing it for huge views and huge this and I think that's awesome. I think that for the love of the art, awesome. For someone who's like myself who is trying to make this into you already know, I have to constantly remind myself that although it's something that of a goal, my validations for my art have to come from somewhere else, have to be more internal. And I want you to embrace that as well. Your work is important, your creativity is important. Even if we only get one or two thumbs up, a like, or a comment. You feel me? Too many people lose sight of the importance of art and creativity because they're chasing something a validation from someone else. You're important even if they don't see it. It's valued. It sounds weird, and I might not even be saying it correctly. What I'm trying to convey, but I'm glad you're sharing it. I'm glad you're sharing it with the world, my friend. Uh, very near. The only reason why I was careful with how I was going to say it, I just didn't want it to come out negative. Sometimes we say something where we think is positive, and it comes out like, damn, bro. I didn't want that because you're more important than just saying it just to say it. If that makes sense. If any of it makes sense. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. If I said anything at all. Vernie was like, say it, man, I can take it. I'm probably doing this highlight a little too soon because I definitely have to go back, and do accentuate the background. Yeah, accentuate. Darken up the background, but these will be ghosted in the further back, giving it depth. Yeah, I get it. It's great to hear from you. I appreciate it. Just started drawing. It's a serious hobby with my studies. Get your studies on. But yeah, awesome. But I think it's great, man. Keep going. You might be going, man. Mel's really what's the word here? It's only 100 subs or whatever, and it ain't that serious, Mel. You're probably right. I'm just there's too many things out there that try to take advantage of the good in the world. And you sharing your stuff is good. And I don't want anybody or anything to take that positiveness away from you. Away from that, what you're doing, from any of it. And it's not, I'm not trying to be overprotective and say, don't share, don't do that. No, do everything. Share everything. In terms of art. So. That's cool. That said, let's keep painting. So there's going to be a warmer glow. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm staying with that color scheme, so it's going to be a little bit warmer here. I'm going to accentuate the black hair in a moment. But I wanted this side to be super bright. Let me see what you're saying, buddy. You recently started sharing. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. Well then, man, I'm happy for you. Keep going. Who knows, man? Who knows? how can we do his hair? He's pretty much all set, honestly. I like it. It's just more detail, more black, the background. So why don't we do that? We're an hour in. I think we're making good time. Yeah, very near. If you have a, you could record the stuff on your iPhone. Takes a ton of data, but all right. I gotta remember. Yeah, I'm using a. I'm using a. I used a. There was a. There was. Ugh. There was a Wolverine patch comic book run, and I copied that title, the logo patch, for this piece, and it has white, like white pinstripe on the edges. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I kind of dig the full red. It'll pop more, a little more menacing. I'm gonna need a lot of red, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet for that, but let's just keep going. Aiden Howdy says, looks super good. Thanks, man. Something I learned about gouache is that if you don't want the bottom layer to come up so much, paint a little gentler. Let the brush kind of like slide. And it won't reactivate so much. Aiden with the with the ding dong ditch, man. Appreciate you. Huh, total cost? But I don't even know. But there's a lot of free stuff. So a lot of the stuff I have is old old equipment, repurposed from my old job. I used to work in IT. So my webcams are from that old job, and my computer's from that old job. So let's talk about something else. So let's do, webcams aren't that expensive. In fact, the cameras are getting better and better. So I don't think you'll be spending too much. In fact, if you use your phone, bam, you already got a camera. You already got a, if you have a recent phone, a camera that records in 4K, which is what most of my videos are. my shorts and my photos are all, majority are done on my phone. On my phone, you can use CapCut, which is free. There might be some other ones, some better ones. I think there's I think even Instagram and YouTube provide one. I don't know if YouTube does. I don't like the one that Instagram provides. The edit. Your phone records in time lapses, which is what I normally do. Every once in a while, I'll record in video, just a couple of seconds, and then finish it in a time lapse. No. But then again, I don't know if that's true. Let me see. I have a halo light above me that's burning me up for better light, but don't really need it. Every software that I use, you can use for free. Photopea is free, which is your equivalent to Photoshop. The DaVinci can be used on the computer. But no, in terms of equipment, no. It's just my phone, these two webcams that I'm using. And that's it. And most people only use their camera, their phones. It's difficult, man. I've gone through so many searches, best thing, best that, best thing, best that. You just have to be careful what people are trying to have you buy and set up, and what they are endorsing, what they're not endorsing. You ask if the halo light is okay. In my sense, yes and no. Yes, because I have warm light bulbs in my room on my fan, my ceiling fan. And the warm light bulb can mess with my eyes when it comes to painting. Everything will look warm. But my back is towards my windows. So I have to close my window blinds and my shades. So it helps. I have it on now. I was hoping it would help me with the glare, but it doesn't really. Yeah, and honestly, I have my halo light actually facing the ceiling. My ceiling is white. So my halo light is facing the ceiling, so I could get more of a light bloom effect and not have such harsh lighting. If I turn the halo around, I'm trying to reduce shadow so that the image can look clear. So it's just a lot of trial and error. You buy stuff that people say that's going to work fantastically, and then you try it out, like that doesn't. Not everything is built the same or set up the same way for everyone. All right, let me clean my brush. Let me take a look here. Um, if you don't have a lot of windows that you can cover, the light works pretty well. That type of stuff. I have an iPhone 12, I think is the number on it. Maybe older than that. I'll stick with the iPhones. Just out of comfort. But if I can get something cheaper, I would. Ow. I'm trying to think here. Let's do some gray highlights. But yeah, you can even get a cheaper iPhone. The cheapest. They still have nice cameras. If you're just gonna be setting it up like I do on a tripod or on something, then you don't need all that shenanigans. I've fallen into the trap of buying stuff that I don't need. This camera here. Oh, you're on another camera here. I'll show you. This camera that I just switched to. It's on a tripod, but it's on a gimbal where if I was a podcaster and I did a lot of moving around, that type of stuff, it'll follow me. Maybe later on if I paint on an easel and I have to stand up, I'll use it. I thought I was going to use it more often. Turns out not so much. So, why? Why did I ask and why did I choose it? Believing and following certain trends brought me here. And then when I got it, I'm like, I'm not really going to use it as often as I thought. Because this is my platform is right here, my table, and that's it. I use this mic. You can't see it. This mic. The thing you're gonna end up using or needing the most are the arms. And I have so many these type of arms. Clips with phone attachments or camera attachments. I have them everywhere. I can have those close to my camera, close to me, facing me. Those would probably be the ones you use the most. They're lightweight, you could take them everywhere. Which I would like to do more of. Drawing and painting that's not tied to my computer table. It all depends on the preference. If you were on the computer, and you're watching my other stream, my other broadcast, I have both playing simultaneously. But I chose the different cameras. One when I was doing my narrative videos, it helped with just switching back and forth, giving a little bit of variety. I want to see if I could emphasize some of this hairy face. You know, I would like to. It'd be dope. A podcast amongst friends. Yeah, man. It'd be kind of cool. There's a bunch. I don't know if I can sit down, sit on a couch and talk to people. I'd rather be behind the table or something. Um, I'm always encouraging my art buds to jump on with me, to jump on my streams or vice versa. There's a few artists that we just have to get some schedulings taken care of, and we'll be doing that, which will be really cool. I look forward to it. But we shall see. A podcast, though? I don't know. All right, let's see if we can. We're close. I'm gonna move this up. Millions of subs, huh? That'll be interesting. This part here is going to be tough. The painting of the letters. Let me see if I can adjust my camera here. I've only done 2 shared on my channel, 2 shared live streams. Only one of them was successful. In my opinion. I don't think I could be as weird as Joe Rogan. I don't know if I want to be as weird as Joe Rogan. I don't know. Like I said, I think we've had this conversation about personalities and being true to oneself, and I don't covet his success. I don't really covet anybody's success. my goals a bit different. I just want to support my family. I just want to try to make some really good art. And that's it, man. Whatever happens in between will be fantastic, honestly. And that might be like, well, that's a corny dream to dream. Nah, I don't think so. Ah, look at that. Now you're seeing my phone come into play. Boop. Boop. It's too close to the canvas. I can't, I'm gonna have to use black up there. In between, I can't use this brush. I'm gonna use the darker blue. But then again, listen, I'm not trying to talk trash. It would be extremely enjoyable, but that's why I do this. I'm waiting for YouTube to monetize my channel, and I'm telling you, I am calling it for August. That's the Mello way. Yeah. I'm calling it for August. I feel depending on how I feel and how certain things are going, I think that's going to be it. And I gotta say, man, you and so many others. I will be thanking personally. That day will come. Can't rush certain things, man. You just gotta let the good Lord take care of the things that He can, and we have to take care of the things we can here. That's all I want to do. That's the Mello way. You watching The Mandalorian, man? That is the way. Alright, where's my other blue? But it's all about if I can get rewarded for just doing what we do here, what we're doing here, man. Why shouldn't I try? You know, I don't know either. Very near. I think I won't be grandfathered in. They're not gonna be like, "Hey, you were successful last year. Here's is something that you is earned, is owed you." I doubt it. I think it's from there on out. I think is that yeah, I think it would end up being from there on out. So I really don't know. A YouTuber by the name of Omer Glitch, his channel. Who's been helping me. He's a great dude. He's giving me some amazing tips on trying to achieve monetization. And they've been helping. It's just keep working. Is basically what he said. So, but I think what happens is then from there on out, whatever the algorithm or whatever the process is from there. What the hell? Everything's falling apart. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to adjust my camera here. All right, give me a sec. Jay Neer says he asked that he finds his art often looks better and more dynamic when looked at it from an angle. Do you find this in your work? Yes, from the back. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I was gonna say something funny, like usually as far away as possible. Yeah, sometimes if it's done right, you can. There's certain angles, like you watch, like that side angle up there. This one with my thumb is more visible. Super dynamic. So yeah, and it helps because you're looking at it from my horizontal view, so you see two different angles. And the way I'm sitting, I don't see my painting this way. I'm at an angle. I don't normally paint or draw on an easel. So it's something that I would love to do and just have in practice. Not that you have to. It'll be better for my back. It'll be better for the artist. But yeah, I find that. This too says, yeah, so I think it's once you reach that goal where you can get monetized, they go from there. So whatever, I don't know how they manage the watch hour from that point on, or view hours, or what you get. But you get ad revenue, and you get you might get some sponsorship. So I don't know, man. We'll find out together. If you're really interested, I'm definitely down to share as much as possible. I don't honestly, and I do not expect to just have a path between here and my bank to just straight open up. I'm not that naive. I'm hopeful, but I'm not that naive. You know what's so funny about this with that new, I'm sorry, I'm gonna segue. Now it looks like a Jaws. Now it looks like Jaws. Anyway, where am I? But yeah, now I don't want to mean to downplay. I would love to from here to the bank. So honestly, if it sounds like, well, man, that's all the smell is talking about. Honestly, it's because I just really want to help my fam financially. Period. That's it. Any bit counts, and if it's more than $1, it's a victory. That's all. Obtuse and what's the other one? Acute and obtuse. So acute is a sharp, like that would be an acute triangle because it's sharp, and obtuse would be a wider triangle. I don't know, man. the less than symbol. What I'm really looking forward to when it happens is membership videos. Because what I really would like to do is kind of convert some of these sessions into full-blown art sessions, drawing sessions, 101, drawing 101, figure 101, that type of stuff. That would be cool. You know, better breakdowns of how I come up with figures, how I study the figure, the face, how to find the face, and all that type of stuff would be kind of dope to share. And put that. It'll suck because you guys will be, oh, it's under a paywall, but if it's quality content, which is what I'm aiming for. Okay. I'm doing a lot of the highlighting way beforehand. I probably shouldn't, but you ain't the boss of me. I'm kidding. It's Monday. I've only had 2 cups. Joe, I need to drink water. How can you change for Mello? 1 million? No, man, $1 million. There are levels, kind of like a Patreon style, from what I've seen. So it would just be videos that are only eligible for people that pay for it, and I still don't even know how about that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the good Lord has in store for me. But it has to evolve, right? It can't just be. I don't think it'll be. This thing. This artwork, yes, but it has to evolve. I gotta give you guys more than just this, don't you think? But if this is what y'all want, your boy will give it to you. Add value. I wanted to do a video of this because in 2 months, in August, it'll be 2 years, the 2-year anniversary of the renaming, the rebranding of my channel. I had created this channel almost 10 years ago. With no drive, I wouldn't say without a drive, but without really a vision, just kind of like this. Oh, if I draw, they will come. So I wanted to share that 2-year journey from that first video as Art to the Round Table, and surprisingly, it's a Wolverine painting. Do I have any new ideas for the future when I do get monetized besides the classroom style? It's going to be a bit more interactive with the members. My weekly videos, my streams like this that'll be for the full public will be the same. It'll be the same. I'm not gonna turn pretentious about the artwork. It will be the same stuff that I enjoy and love, and be able to talk and be nerdy with you guys. The only difference between the membership classes will be a little bit more personal, a bit more interactive polls, and with members being able to decide what they want as the subjects, that type of stuff. I appreciate you, man. Thanks. But yeah, so those would be kind of like the incentives to have people come and join that way. It should be fun. But until then, we chilling. We're having a good time. I think I'm gonna start working a bit on the line work on his face. Let's get some details in here. So because I'm using a makeshift easel like this one here, which is just a tablet holder. I'm using it so that I can paint to the edges and kind of like to help you guys with the angle, because this is what it would look like otherwise. Kind of flat base. So let me see. But I'm using it for a couple of reasons. One, to avoid glare. Let's do some details here. But yeah, man, thank you. 2 years of doing this stuff, and really, it's too dark. Really trying to show what I can do, and it's been amazing. It's been fun as heck. Frustrating as heck, but fun. Just trying to add contrast to some of these lines so they can pop. add some follicles. I don't know if I'm going to be trying to cover all of the bits of the canvas that's still open. That's a bit that still kind of bothers me. And when it comes to painting on artboard. All right, so now because I have the tray open, we are experiencing some dry paint. I appreciate you, Vernier. It would be dope. I feel like that needs to be a little lighter, but I don't want to keep messing with that piece. Sometimes you just have to take the outcome. I want to try to add a bit more light there, but I feel like I'm going to just I might muddy up his face, and that's not what I want to do. We're going to add some black. I think we're good there. Oh, so also, I was going to put this in a post later, but I might as well share with you now. I'm going to be changing my stream schedule. Right now I'm streaming every day, twice a day sometimes, and I'm going to change that to some more dedicated days. One thing I don't want to do is burn out in this road on my way to my goals. But so I'm going to be streaming once or twice, but on these days specifically, today, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. John Kravitz, what's up, man? John, JHN. I'm assuming it's John. I'm sorry if I've made a bad assumption. But JHN Kravitz. Thanks, man. Relove is wearing the white suit and eye patch. He's so badass. Thanks. Thank you very near. You're the best, bruh. Fantastic rest of your day. Evening. I know the time difference is kind of crazy. I'm trying to see if any of this white gets lost. I think it looks good. Yeah, man, go to bed, dude. You've been killing the staying up. So I appreciate your time always. Thank you for being here with me. JHN Kravitz, I make you want to start painting again. Well, that's fantastic. And I mean that. I'm not being like sarcastic or anything. I think it's awesome that when people get inspired to do that, to go back and paint. Well, I say you should do it. Do it right now. I'm kidding. Do it right now. Paint with me. If you were, what is your medium of choice? I am using gouache. I don't know if you're familiar with gouache, but that's what I'm using. Sorry, nothing worse than a on-camera nose whistle. There's something so sad about painting rather than only making a pencil sketch. Yeah, and I have to be honest with you, bud, I prefer drawing. Even though that's not to say that I'm not enjoying myself here, because I am. I thoroughly am, especially when it's coming together. There's nothing more frustrating than painting and knowing that you can't pull it out. Painting is extremely humbling, but I understand exactly what you mean. When everything's moving and grooving, heck yeah. But I love to draw. If you like to see the drawing of this, I have it on a few live streams prior. Let's see. I want to try to do as much here before I have his claws taped up, and then I'm just gonna do the claws. And I don't know if I'm gonna use. I'm gonna end up doing it. Use my metallic gouache. I'm just gonna dry brush his goatee here. Yeah, you know what? You're not lying. I do appreciate that too. I need to watch more how they do it with pen and ink. That's one thing I'm still trying to learn how to do. Your movie is her sooth, as they say. I don't want to brush in the other direction just because I want the same rhythm. Uh-oh, now comes the, for the ladies, the hairy chest. Hi, ladies. Let's see, okay. Gotta give Wolverine the sweater. Uh, any fans of here, game fans, video game fans, have you guys seen the trailer? What what I was so proud of is how hairy they made our homie, man. They went for it. That was fantastic. It made me laugh. His arms. Jaden Kravitz says a little light source from the right. His right, our right, this side. His left, our right. Yeah. I can't grow a straight mustache, so I'm a bit envious of our boy here. But I don't know if I would want to do all of this. All right. Does Wolverine sweat? He must, right? I don't have that much left to do. The claws, highlight on the patch, tighten up the black up there. There's something weird going on here, though. You see? Do you guys see? Let me see if I can get the angle right. You see how it's breaking up? Right there? Like it's really patchy. You guys see that in that angle? Bottom angle, bottom left. It's weird. It's like cracking. Ha! Because it's really dry in my room. This is right here. This is where it's gonna be, where it makes or breaks it. The little hair details. I'm trying to do all these highlights now, because the last bit of it is going to be all the pure black for the hair and the pure whites at the end. But this is a great way to make it look like it's highlight and glowing. All the little things that nobody sees that an artist will put in here. That's really nuts, man. It really is crazy to me the way that black is cracking up, and I wonder, it's just, maybe it's just the paint. Maybe it's no bueno. All right, let's see. I need a bigger brush, bigger round brush. That should be it. Jinkies. I don't know how I grabbed white instead of black, but I did. Pure black with a dip of water so I can move and... All right. We're getting near the end. This is kind of like the cool part right here. When everything just starts coming together. Give me a second while I try to unlock my phone. Move, man. All right, here we go. we're really pushing through this thing. What do we got? About another 45 minutes to go for today's stream. This is looking pretty good. I am freaking out about the black on the canvas in these two spots. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's give them some shade in that shadow. Not too heavy. I need this to be a bit watery. All right. Now I'm kind of like freaking out. If it should be. Hopefully it tones down a bit, but if not, I'll live with it. But first, man, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know it's kind of a long one, and like I said, I'm going to be changing my live stream schedule. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is going to be what my schedule is going to be from here on out. I'm going to use Tuesdays and Thursdays to record other projects, record, edit, and so I can start producing a bit more narrative videos. And when those are done, they're probably going to be released on Sundays. I usually would release them Monday morning at midnight, but I think I'll do Sundays. Just to have something on Sunday, and then some streamage 3 times a week. I think that'll work for me. Trying to avoid burnout and make sure that the work maintains. Nah, I mean, yo, let me less that. I gotta wait for that eye to dry so I can hit it with this super duper yellow. Give him that cat's eye look. Yeah, because right now it's too wet. Wet. Alright, it's coming along though. I'm really enjoying what we're doing. I am going to put a little bit of red splatter in the center there so I can pop with the black. Something that I've been doing in my paintings. I don't know if I will call it a signature, but I've done it in all my paintings so far, and I don't want to stop. So, about right here. If I can get the brush and the pigment wet enough, I can do it. Here we go. Nothing's happened. No failure to launch action. There you go. On the P, and then I'm going to do it on the H here. All I'm doing is grabbing pure red and finally flicking the brush. Get more on my hand than... Come on, man. Get in it. Get in there. Ah, me gusta. There you go. Let me put that away. I don't want to sabotage the rest of the painting. Hey, what do you think about that effect right there? Should go wash my hands. Looks good. When that dries, I'll do the rest of the black there. I like that. I don't think I'm gonna do any more in the suit. Once I start painting the claws, we shall see. Jane here says that he just finished watching the show Spider Noir. Right, it was pretty good. I like how weird and how far they went with it. So yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad I liked it. I think the last few things I'm gonna end up doing is the major highlights, the face, maybe. Let me see here. Here you go. Peeling of the claws. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to paint. I'm going to tape actually. I'm going to tape outside the lines here so that I can paint the insides. I'm still not sure how I'm going to do the blades, if I'm going to do if I'm going to use my metallic Artezas. I should. I think I will. Thanks, Janie. Appreciate you. Alright, so I'm taping a little bit outside of where I taped the claws. You can still see my pencil marks inside. That way I don't have to be too precise and I can paint outside of it. And get really get in there with the paint. I don't have to hold back is what I'm trying to say. You see right there. And that way, I don't have to worry too much about overpainting or ruining what I've already put down so far. Work smarter, not harder, all that and all that stuff. I like that splatter. I like the way that splatter came out. I gotta finish painting that black inside. But I have to wait for that red to dry first. So it's 2.5 hours. Okay. It looks like, right. That bottom claw. I'm gonna have to cut out some. tunes back on. It is warm in my office, guys. Holy smokes. I don't have the fan on today. And I am suffering for it right now. I'm gonna cover even this. There's some spots in there that I might go back and add some color, but I'm not sweating all that stuff. I'm just gonna worry about the blades right now. Where is my... That's it. That's all I had to cut. All right. Back you go. Should I or should I not use the metal? Let me close out of this view here. No, wrong one. That one. Now you guys can see the whole thing. Can you guys see it? Yeah, I'll keep that one. All right. Make up your mind, Mel. What are we gonna do? Metallic or not? The problem with the metallic is that then they are... It's kind of odd the way they work. They're very subtle. I think I'm going to end up having to use blues. Ooh, you know what? I like that gray. How about we do... How about we do silver with glacier and pearl white. What do you guys think? Yeah, consensus? Sweet. Thanks. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks. Put that here. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. I dropped something. Okay. I'm not gonna use the wet palette for this because I don't want to commingle. I might use some of that metallic red for some spray on patch. That'll be kind of cool. I might end up doing the white lines. The white lines to accentuate that piece. All right, let's see what this looks like. Silver. With some blue. I need something darker. And pearl white. I think the trick is not to dilute them as much. Try not to use too much water. but it just can't be helped. They don't move. This is space gray. Okay, I just need a darker look. Let me see. That'll work. Let me show you guys what I did. For the metallic, space gray, silver, glacier, pearl white. See what happens. Let's see. You'll hear that a lot from me. Let's see what happens. Clean my brush. I'm using a flat angled. You see that? Flat angled. I gotta clean it. Put my palette right there. Don't want to contaminate my colors. All right. Move that over, move this over. All right, we'll do this space gray. It's gonna go. These are my clouds. See how? Okay, we'll see. That's that. I'm gonna have it blend in with the, what was this again? Glacier. Oh, we got a package. If you're gonna blend into the dark and don't come back. Hold on. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. Good lord. That's weird. It looks like it's breaking apart. You guys can't see it. Let me turn off my halo light. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. He's so stupid. Move, man. All right, thank you for waiting. My homie over glitch. I gotta let him know that my package arrived. Trying to blend up. Do you guys remember the travesty that was Wolverine X-Men Origin, right? X-Men Origin Wolverine, but isn't, I mean, it is what it is, but the claws, the animated claws, so badly done. I hate to kick a horse while it's down. Shoot a horse while it's down? Kick a man while he's down? Kick something. So, never mind. I'll take it back. Let's not talk about it. But I was talking about what a wasted disappointment it was to see them ruin the Silver Samurai in the Wolverine movie. They had the perfect, well done setup. Just ruined. I'm getting a really cool blend here. I turned off my halo light. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but probably not. Hopefully when I take the tape off. Okay, nice. All right. Let me hit this with the blow dryer so that I can use the pearl white. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I got so many canvases and stuff all over the place. I had to make some choices. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the I don't know if that was long enough, but I'm gonna dry my brush. I'm gonna grab the pearl white. And see if I can get a clean straight line, which I won't be able to. I'm letting you know right now. I'm trying not to go back. Even if I get that bead of light there. The bead of paint, I mean, not bead of light. I'm trying not to do multiple passes, like back and forth, because I want the pearl lesson to be as straight as possible. But I don't think I'm going to be successful. And I don't want to activate the bottom colors. I'm gonna have to trust that it works. I can't see exactly my vision because of the tape. Ooh, Nelly, all right. Caleb, what's going on, bud? What's going on, Caleb? It's funny though. I don't know if it was a term of endearment. I'm gonna have to ask him. But I just got my package from Omer Glitch, and he put Dr. Marshmallow. Omer. All right, claws are in. I'm gonna do some spray. What are we doing? I don't know how much more I want to put into the details in here. I kind of like how rough it looks. How it looks like a painting. I don't want it to look like a anything but. Let me see. Did I give myself enough? All right, that's one blade out. What's going on, Caleb? How was the weekend for you? Come on. I ain't gonna lie, folks. The blades came out pretty dope. They're big as stuff. Oh my god, I can't get the tape. All right. I'm not gonna lie. This camera angle, that one, makes this thing look so vibrant. Not that it doesn't look vibrant in front of me, but the added 4K or whatever the heck is going on with this camera here. I'm like, my, looking good. You're looking real good. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway. Move this down right about there. All right. I'm going to do some spritz. Get my trusty I'm going to use the pearl white for my glare. Cover my face. I don't go for the old school. What's the word I'm looking for? Lens flare or glares? I like the splatter look. For whatever reason, that looks good. Me gusta. All right. I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't know why this paint is so dang thick. No, I didn't. You seen that big bloop on his how did I get that there? Gonna have to give him a patch. This thing's falling apart. See if I can subdue some of this. Yeah, we don't know what how adamantium shines. Maybe it looks like liquid. Needs to be a little bit darker here. You know what would have been dope? Oh my lord, after 8 hours of doing this, you know what would have been really dope? If I would have had the reflection of Mr. Fix-It in the blades. Ugh. Where were you guys? Where was my people to help me? Where's my hindsight crew? Next time, I guess. But it's cool to, I mean, listen, that cover is dope. Is it played out? Is it overdone? Nah, not enough. But it would have been awesome. Oh. As I'm painting the claws. Oh well. Next time. I think the only thing that remains, tidy up the hair. Tidy up the black up there. And then call it what I got, like it's been 3 hours already. Yeah. So I'm gonna finish that up on my own. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm gonna let the music play me out. And that's it. That's it for me. I will see you guys on Wednesday. It'll be fun. It's been fun. It will be fun. So, thanks for joining me. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. And God bless you. Love you. Mean it. And until next time, I will draw you later. Bye-bye.